The noose bit into my neck like a lover's betrayal, tight and unforgiving. The world fading to black as Emily's laughter echoed in my skull, her wedding vows fresh on the altar that morning. My bank account drained dry by the loan I'd co-signed for her fairy tale bullshit. I gasped, choking on air that shouldn't exist. My eyes snapping open to the sterile hum of a hospital room in 2023. Not the cold slab of the morgue in 2025, where I'd ended it all. Heart pounding like a jackhammer, I clawed at the 4 in my arm, staring at my reflection in the darkened window. 28. Unscarred. Alive, back before the ink dried on that godforsaken paper. It hit me like a freight train through Atlanta's fog-shrouded streets. I died. Really died. Hung myself in the ruins of our childhood home after the bank foreclosed. All because my big sister, my blood, my rock, had begged, sobbed, sworn on Mom's grave that co-signing her $65,000 wedding loan was just a formality. She'd run off at dawn with that sleazeball fiancé, Tyler, pocketing the cash for a honeymoon in Vegas that turned into a ghosting spree across state lines. The debt crushed me, lost my nursing job when the stress triggered a breakdown, pawned grandma's heirlooms, slept in my beat-up Honda until the repo man took it. And Emily? Radio silence. Until a postcard from Reno. Sorry, sis. Love conquers all. XOXO. But now? Now I was here, in this body that hadn't yet signed away its future. The calendar on the wall screaming July 15th, 2023. The bikini wax from hell still stung between my legs, proof this wasn't some fever dream. My phone buzzed on the bedside table, a text from Emily. Hannah? Ok. Hospital called. Please call me back. Wedding stuff incoming. Ring, I laughed. A raw, ugly sound that scared the night nurse peeking through the curtain. Wedding stuff. Yeah, right. This time, I'd make sure her happily ever after choked on the truth. I ripped out the 4, ignoring the sting, and bolted from the room in my paper gown. Sneakers I'd kicked off earlier squeaking on linoleum. The ER was a zoo, sirens wailing. Drunks puking in corners, but I didn't care. Freedom tasted like stale coffee and regret. Outside, Atlanta's summer heat slapped me like a wet rag, the skyline glittering mockingly under a bruised purple sky. I hailed an Uber with my emergency credit card. Thank God I hadn't maxed it yet, and directed him to our family house in Buckhead. The sprawling colonial Mom left us when cancer took her 5 years back. Emily lived there rent-free, house-sitting while I scraped by in a studio downtown. Bullshit. It was always bullshit. The driver eyed me in the rearview. You good, miss? Look like you seen a ghost. I forced a smile, fingers tracing the phantom rope burn that wasn't there. Something like that. By the time we pulled up to the curb, dawn was cracking the horizon, painting the manicured lawns in bloody hues. The house loomed like a bad memory, white siding peeling at the edges. The porch swing where Emily and I used to whisper secrets now creaking in the breeze. Secrets. God. If only I'd known her sooner. I let myself in with the spare key under the mat. Ironic. How trust leaves you wide open. The foyer smelled of Emily's vanilla candles and neglect. Mail piled high on the console. Bills in my name she'd forgotten to forward. Invites to her engagement party glittering like fool's gold. Upstairs. Her door was ajar. Laughter spilling out, hers, bubbly and fake, mingled with Tyler's low rumble. I froze in the hallway, heart slamming against my ribs. This was it. The morning after my accident, the fender bender I'd walked away from with a concussion, The one that landed me in the hospital just days before she planned to spring the loan ask. In my first life, I'd woken up groggy, said yes to everything. Not this time. Pushing the door open, I found them tangled in silk sheets. Emily's blonde waves splayed across Tyler's chest like a crown of thorns. She bolted upright, clutching the duvet, eyes wide in that practiced innocence.
Hannah.
"Oh my God. You're out already?" the doc said. Tyler smirked, not bothering to cover up, his tattooed arm slung possessively around her waist. Asshole. In my old timeline, he'd been the one to suggest the loan shark angle when the bank balked, said it was faster for the lovebirds. I leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, the paper gown flapping like a surrender flag. I wasn't waving. "Yeah, I'm out." And clear-headed enough to say no. Emily's face crumpled. All doe eyes and quivering lip, the performance that hooked Mom's estate lawyer into letting her keep the house.
No?
To what, babe? You're scaring me. Tyler sat up, muscles flexing like he thought intimidation worked.
Chill. Hun.
It's just a loan. For family. Family. The word tasted like bile. I stepped inside, snatching my old photo from her nightstand, the one of us at prom, arms linked, smiles bright as Georgia sun. I'd been the good sister, the one who nursed Mom through chemo, who deferred college to work doubles at the diner. Emily partied her way through community college on my savings, then ghosted when the inheritance check cleared. But the real knife? The secret I'd unearthed too late in my first go-round. Tyler wasn't just her fiancé. He'd been mine first, back in high school, until she borrowed him for a rebound fling that never ended. She'd sworn it was ancient history, but the texts I'd found post-runaway, flirty, ongoing proved she'd been playing both sides, pitting us against each other for sport. "Not just alone," I said, voice steady as the scalpel I'd wielded in nursing school. "It's a trap. And I'm not falling in again." Emily's mask slipped for a split second, calculation flickering in those blue eyes, before she launched into the sob story.
Hun. Please.
Tyler's folks are footing most of it. But the venue? It's non-refundable. 50 guests already RSVP'd. We're getting married in 3 months. She slid out of bed, wrapping a robe around her like armor, and pulled me into a hug that reeked of Chanel No. 5 and lies. "You're my maid of honor. My everything.
Cosign.
And I'll pay you back double."
Triple.
On Mom's soul. Tyler nodded, all earnest charm. "We'll make it official. Notary and all." I pulled away, scanning the room, her walk-in closet bursting with designer tags I couldn't afford. The vanity littered with bridal mags dog-eared to dream weddings under $100,000. Under my breath, I muttered, "Like you did last time? With the postcards from Reno?" They exchanged a glance, too quick, too guilty. In this reset, I had the advantage, foreknowledge. I knew about the offshore account she'd siphoned inheritance into, the fake job resume that landed her at that PR firm. And the kicker? The house. Mom's will left it jointly. But Emily had forged my signature on the quitclaim ages ago, banking on my exhaustion to slide it through. I straightened, channeling the fury I'd bottled in life one. "Tell you what. I'll co-sign. But first, we fix the deed. Joint ownership. Notarized today. And I move back in, rent-free, like you've been squatting." Emily blinked, feigning shock. "Squatting? This is our home." Tyler chuckled.
Bold. Hun.
Real bold. But I saw the crack, her fingers twisting the engagement ring. A 2-carat rock that screamed debt. Take it or leave it, I pressed. Or the wedding's off, because without my credit, you're sunk. She hesitated, then beamed, all teeth and triumph.
Deal. Oh. Hun.
You're the best. As she hugged me again, whispering promises, I met Tyler's eyes over her shoulder. He looked away first. Good. The game was on, and this time, I held the cards. By noon, we'd be at the bank, but not for loan. For the truth and the first cut of revenge. That afternoon dragged like a bad hangover. The notary's office, a fluorescent purgatory in Midtown where dreams go to get stamped and screwed. Emily chattered nonstop, floral arrangements, string quartets, while Tyler scrolled Zillow on his phone, probably house hunting our equity.
Me?
I nursed a black coffee, replaying the end in my head, the eviction notice taped to the door. Emily's final text, wish I could help.
Cease.
Moving to Cali, palm tree. The rope from the attic that once held Dad's old boxing gloves. Suicide's a coward's exit,
They say.
but betrayal? That's the real killer. The notary, a gum-chewing retiree named Gladys, peered over her bifocals as I slid the quitclaim across the desk. You sure? Hon, this puts you back on the hook 50-50. Emily squeezed my hand, eyes glassy. She's sure. Sisters forever. I signed with a flourish, the pen scratching like claws on bone. Forever, I echoed. But as we left, deed in my purse, I felt the shift, power, raw and electric, humming under my skin. Emily thought she was reeling me in. Joke's on her, I was the hook. Back home, I claimed the guest room, dumping my hospital discharge papers on the bed like a gauntlet thrown. Tyler grilled steaks that night, all bro vibes and backslaps. But his eyes lingered too long on me when Emily wasn't looking. History repeating. Or unfinished business. Either way, it fueled the fire. Over dinner, she launched the pitch. So, the loan. Bank needs your COSIG tomorrow. It's $65,000 venue.
Dress.
The works. You'll love the gown I picked for you.
Vera win.
I speared a potato, chewing slow. What's the rush? 3 months out. Tyler jumped in, smooth as bourbon. Interest rates spiking. Lock it now. Save thousands.
Lies.
In timeline 1, they'd waited, shopped rates, then hit me when my guard was down. This time, I played dumb. Send me the terms. I'll review. Emily pouted, but complied, forwarding docs from her phone. I scanned them later in bed, the house settling around me like an old enemy. Buried in the fine print, a clause accelerating payments if material misrepresentation occurred. Bingo. Her resume was fake. Tyler's income? Inflated. One whistle to the bank. And poof, loan denied. But revenge isn't a sprint. It's a marathon of mindfucks. Next morning, I accidentally spilled coffee on her laptop, wiping the browser history of her secret Venmo to Tyler's side hustle account. She freaked, but I soothed. Let me take it to the shop. On me. At the Geek Squad. I didn't fix it. I cloned the drive. By evening, I had emails, Emily's job hunt, lies to HR about family emergency leaves that were really spa days, and photos blurry, Damning, of her and Tyler in a motel off I-85, time-stamped months after we'd laughed off their high school overlap. Sleep came fitful, dreams of nooses morphing into wedding veils. Wake-up call. Indeed. Emily was brewing more than coffee downstairs. And I was done being the mug. Weeks blurred into a toxic tango. Emily's wedding fever pitching higher, while I wove my web tighter. Buckhead buzzed with prep, bridesmaid fittings at Neiman Marcus, where I tripped and tore the hem of her sample gown, delaying alterations by days. Clumsy me, I'd coo, while inside, the ghost of my old self cheered. She bought it. Every time. Her trust a fraying thread I tugged with surgical precision. Tyler,
Though?
he was the wild card, sniffing around like a dog after scraps. Late nights. When Emily crashed early from stress, he'd knock on my door with beers, reminiscing about the good old days. High school.
Us.
Before her. One such night. August heat thick as molasses. He slumped on my bed's edge, label peeling off his bottle. You know, Emily's great.
But she ain't you.
Never was. His knee brushed mine electric. Unwanted. I leaned back, feigning casual. Then why her? Why not fight for this? He shrugged, eyes glassy. Timing. She was there. You were. Buried in books. Mom's meds. Bullshit. I'd found the texts in life one. Him begging me to dump my loser ex some college fling. Her intercepting. Playing damsel. She'd orchestrated it. All to claim the crown princess spot in our fractured family. I let the silence stretch. Then dropped the bomb soft. Funny. Last week, I saw her Venmo you $5,000. Side project, she called it in the note. His face drained of color. Beer forgotten.
What? Nah.
That's for the business you're starting. Gym franchise. Right? Except your LinkedIn says you're still at the car lot. Lie, his profile was clean, but the flinch told me enough. Tyler wasn't clean. He had priors. A sealed juvie record for boosting cars that Emily's PR spin had buried. She'd known. Used it. He bolted upright, pacing. Look, it's complicated. She's got plans. Big ones. That loan? It's seed money for flipping houses. Our future.
Our.
Not hers and mine, hers and his. I laughed, low and mean. Future built on my grave?
Pass.
He stopped, staring like he'd just remembered I existed. What the hell does that mean? I stood, close enough to smell his cologne, same as prom night. Means I'm done playing second fiddle. Tell her the truth, Tyler. Or I will. He left without another word, door slamming like a guillotine. Downstairs, Emily stirred, calling up sleepily. Everything okay? He muttered something soothing, but I heard the fracture, her laugh too forced, his steps heavy on the stairs. By morning, the house crackled with unspoken barbs. She cornered me in the kitchen, robe askew, coffee mug trembling. What's with you and Ty? He barely touched breakfast. I shrugged, pouring cereal. Guy talk. Nothing you need to worry your pretty head about. Her eyes narrowed, first real spark of suspicion. Level with me. This cosign thing. You're not backing out, are you? I met her gaze. Spoon midway to mouth. Why would I? Family first. She relaxed, hugging me fierce. God, I love you. Mom would be so proud.
Proud.
Of what? The daughter who sold opioids from Mom's pill stash to fund sorority dues? I'd found the baggies in Life 1. Post-foreclosure. When desperation had me rummaging for loose change. Emily's secret vice. Hidden behind her party girl facade. She'd gotten clean, sort of, after Tyler's intervention. But the cravings lingered. A demon she'd feed again if the wedding stress peaked. That afternoon, we hit the bank, PNC's marble lobby a temple to greed. Tellers in vests smiling like sharks. Emily preened, flashing the loan app on her tablet. Tyler lurking by the ATMs. I sat across from the officer. A stern black woman named MS. Hargrove. Flipping pages with deliberate slowness. Credit solid.
Yes.
Reynolds. But co-signer exposure. She trailed off, eyeing me. Emily squeezed my thigh under the table, warning or plea. I signed, anyway, the pen heavy as lead. For sis, I said aloud, winking at Hargrove. As we exited, papers in hand, I palmed the extra copy, the one with the fraud clause circled in red. The wedding machine revved up, bachelorette in Charleston, where I lost her veil in a bar crawl, blaming tequila shots. She raged, but Tyler smoothed it until I caught them arguing in the garage. His voice low. We can't keep dipping into that account.
Eminencia.
Hannah's sniffing. Her hiss. She's clueless. Always has been. Clueless. The word ignited something primal. That night, alone with my clone drive, I dug deeper. Emails to a lawyer about contesting Mom's will, claiming I'd abandoned the family during her illness. Forged docs, dated back. The house wasn't just shelter, it was her escape hatch. Equity she'd flip once hitched, leaving me homeless again. Decision time loomed. Controversial as hell. Expose her now. Shatter the wedding. Or let the noose tighten. Watch her squirm? I chose the slow burn. Next day, I called our cousin Lila, the family busybody, Atlanta realtor extraordinaire. Hey.
Lil.
Hypothetical. If someone forged a quitclaim on a joint property. She gasped, spilling tea on her end. Hannah?
Spill.
Is Emily pulling shit again? Again. Lila knew fragments, the inheritance squabbles. Emily's vanishing acts in college. By sundown, she'd pulled comps. Our house, valued at $850,000. Enough to bury the loan, and then some. Emily sensed the tide turning. Invites out. She hosted a dinner, catered sushi. Forced cheer. Tyler sulked, nursing grudges. I played the doting maid, toasting to unbreakable bonds. Under the table, I texted Hargrove anonymously. Tip line ping with screenshots of Emily's resume fibs. Potential fraud. Check employment verification. Let the bank dogs loose. As plates cleared, she pulled me aside, voice syrupy. Hon, you're distant.
Talk to me.
I searched her face, once so like mine, now sharpened by Botox and bitterness. Just memories. Mom's last days. You were. Gone a lot. Her flinch was microscopic.
Work.
You know.
Lie.
She'd been in Miami, networking with a promoter who'd ghosted her after a bad trip. I pressed. Yeah. And the pills? She asked for you.
Boom.
Her color fled. What pills? Hun. That's not. Oxy from her script. You took them. 4. Stress. Not accusation, fact.
Dropped like a mic.
She recovered. Laughing brittle. Ancient history. We're good now. Wedding's gonna fix everything.
Feeks.
Like duct tape on a hemorrhaging vein. Tyler called from the den. Your phone, some lawyer's office. She paled further, snatching it. I smiled into my wine. Fracture widening. The real quake hit mid-September. Leaves turning traitor gold outside our windows. Bank called Emily direct. Application under review. Discrepancies in documentation. She stormed the kitchen. Phone in fist. What the fuck? You say something? Tyler behind her. Arms crossed. Glaring daggers. I buttered toast. Calm as a coma. Me? Why would I? But she knew, instinct, or guilt. Because you're jealous. Always have been. The house.
The guy.
Now my big day? Screw you. Jealous. The accusation landed like a slap. But I caught her wrist mid-swing. Jealous? Of a con artist and her mark? Sit down.
Eminencia.
Storytime. I laid it out, not all. Just enough. The forged deed. The siphoned funds. Tyler's motel pics blurred, but incriminating. Her face cycled through denial. Rage.
Tears.
Lies. He's mine. Tyler bolted for the door, mumbling about space. Good riddance. She crumpled, sobbing into my lap, role reversal, bitter as aloes. Please. Don't ruin this. I need it. Us. The lie that bound us. I stroked her hair, whispering, then come clean. To everyone. The guests. The bank. Start over. She nodded, hiccuping promises. But as she slept off the wine, I texted Lila, pull the listing. We're selling. Morning brought clarity and chaos. Emily woke feral, packing Tyler's shit into trash bags, screaming into her pillow. He texted me, knew you were trouble. Watch your back.
Cute.
I forwarded it to Hargrove, more fraud fodder. The loan? Denied by lunch. Emily's credit tanking like the Hindenburg. She confronted me in the foyer. Mascara rivers. You did this. For the house? It's mine. Joint, I corrected, waving the deed. And Mom wanted us equal. Remember her letter? The one you burned. Lie. But it stung. Her eyes widened. Guilt's ghost. I didn't, hon.
Please.
Let me fix it.
Feeks.
Too late. I called the realtor. Listing live by dusk. Charming colonial. Buckhead gem. $875,000 OBO. Neighbors whispered as the sign went up. Gold letters gleaming like a noose in sunlight. Emily vanished for days. Bar crawls. I guessed. Drowning demons. Tyler? Ghosted. Last ping from a Charlotte IP.
Me?
I nursed the fracture. Applying for apartments. But deep down, I knew this wasn't over. Revenge's high is fleeting. The drop? Catastrophic. October crept in.
Crisp and condemning.
Atlanta's elite shedding leaves like alibis. Emily returned hollow-eyed. Makeup caking fresh tracks. Relapse confirmed. She begged truce over takeout Thai. Voice small. I'll contest the sale. Lawyer says it's fraud. Your signature's off. Off. I'd forged nothing. She'd schooled me well.
Try it, I said.
Court'll dig up more than deeds. like that offshore wire to your promoter in Miami. She froze. Chopsticks midair. How? Cloned your drive.
Eminência.
Remember the spill? Her laugh was wreckage. You bitch. All this for spite.
Spite? No.
Justice. Wrapped in spite skin. For Mom.
For me.
You gambled our legacy on a Vegas elopement that never happened. The dinner devolved, plates flying, words weaponized. She hurled the jealous little sister trope. I countered with parasite and pearls. By midnight, she was gone again, crashing at a girlfriend's. The house echoed, empty as my first death. Alone, I paced the attic, fingering Dad's gloves. The rope's ghost whispering. Pull it?
No.
Not yet. Twist came via Lila. Han. Comps just updated. Another buyer sniffing big fish. But Emily's lawyered up. Subpoena incoming. Subpoena. For what? My interference? I laughed into the dark. Let them come. I'd buried my own skeletons deeper. November's chill seeped through cracks, turning the house into a mausoleum of what-ifs. Subpoena arrived certified mail, crisp as a guillotine blade. Emily V. Reynolds estate. Alleging undue influence and fraudulent inducement. Her lawyer, a slick midtown shark named Preston, wanted deposition. My ass on record spilling the fraud beans. Lila advised folding. Sell quick. Cut losses. But losses? This was gain. Pure and vengeful. I countersued. Pro-SE like a boss. Citing the original will's joint clause and attaching cloned emails as exhibits. Fraud on the plaintiff, I typed. Fingers flying. CC. Hargrove at the bank. For good measure. Emily's camp fired back, PR spin in the local rag. Anonymous leak painting me as the bitter sibling sabotaging true love. Comments flooded. Family first.
Y'all.
Sounds like sour grapes. Grapes? I'd been trampled. Tyler resurfaced online. Insta stories from a Nashville dive. Betrayed by blood. Moving on. With who? A blurry arm tat matching some sorority chick's ex. Karma's appetizer. She showed at Thanksgiving. Uninvited. Bearing pecan pie, like a peace offering laced with arsenic. Lila and Aunt Jo were there, neutral ground. Turkey roasting in Mom's old Le Creuset. Emily air-kissed cheeks. Robe swap for cashmere. But her eyes? Red-rimmed. Hunted. Family dinner, she cooed. Hugging me stiff. Missed this. Missed the free meal. More like. We carved bird in silence. Forks scraping like accusations. Then, over candied yams, she cracked. Han, drop the suit. I'll pay half the equity. Walk away clean.
Clean.
The word hung. Tainted. Aunt Jo cleared throat. Girls, your mama wouldn't, would what? I snapped. Pie server clattering. Want her legacy pissed away on Emily's ego trip? She slaved for this house, nursed shifts. Dad's debts. While M partied. Lila nodded. Vindication sweet. Emily's facade shattered. You don't know shit. I held her hand through the chemo puke. Wiped her ass when you were at class.
Lie.
I'd been the one. Skipping finals. While she studied in bars. Aunt Jo gasped. Lila's phone buzzed. Realtor alert. Offerin'. $820,000. Emily saw it. Lunged for the device.
No.
That's mine. Scuffle ensued. Pie flying. Curses in southern drawl. I pinned her wrist. hissing close. Earn it. Confess. The pills. The forge. Tyler's side gigs. Her breath hitched. Pupils pinpricks high. Fuck you. You'll regret this. She stormed out. Pie tin dented like her dreams. Aftermath. Calls from reporters. Sniffing sibling feud for the society page. I stonewalled. But the tension coiled tighter.
Nights.
I scoured the clone drive deeper. Buried folders. Password, Mom loves me. Jackpot, bank statements from 2020. Mom's final months. Withdrawals. $10,000 chunks. To ease future fund. Emily's tuition?
Nah.
Traced to a Cayman account. Shell company M. Thai Ventures. Tyler's idea. Her execution. Laundering small time via his chop shop connections. Not huge. Petty compared to cartel shit, but enough for felony if the feds bit. Decision point. Controversial as voting Republican in ATL. Tip the IRS anonymously? Watch her crumble federal? Or personal confront? Forced surrender? I chose hybrid. Mailed copies to Preston. Courtesy evidence. His reply?
Cease and desist.
Frantic. Emily called at 2 a.m. Slurred. You win. Okay? House is yours.
Just.
Stop. Stop. The high of her break was euphoric. Better than any noose escape. But revenge addicts lie to themselves. Dawn brought Tyler, banging on the door, reeking of regret and rye.
Inspiraling. Han.
Crashed her BMW into a pole last night. DUI hold. My stomach dropped, not triumph, but echo of my own crash. The one that birthed the second chance. Where is she?
Jail. He said.
Fulton County. Bail $5,000. I paid it. Against Lila's screams. Don't be soft. Driving her home in silence. Rain lashing like judgment. She curled fetal in the passenger seat. Makeup a war zone. Why? She whispered. Why help? Truth clawed up. Because you're still my sister. Fucked up. But mine. At the house. Our house. She crashed on the couch. Withdrawals hitting hard. Shakes. Sweats. Please for just one. I locked the meds. Brewed tea instead. Holding her hair as she retched. Mom mode. Inherited and ironic. Tyler hovered. Playing White Knight. I'll take her to NA. We can fix this.
We.
His hand on her shoulder lingered. I pulled her aside. Him? Really? After the motels? She flinched. He loves me.
Love.
The currency of our ruin. Like he loved me? Before you stole him. Confession time. Hers. Raw. I was scared. You were perfect, smart.
Steady. I wanted that. So I
Took it.
took.
As if lives were loans. I let it simmer. Nursing her through detox haze. Days bled NA meetings, where she spilled, omitting the fraud. Tyler shadowed. Eyes on me hungry. One night. Post-meeting. He cornered me in the parking lot. Lot lights buzzing like doubts. She's clean for you.
Han.
But us? We could. I shoved him back. Palms stinging. Us died when you chose the easy mark.
Get out.
He swung not hard. A graze, but enough. Emily saw from the car. Lunging out. Tyler. What the fuck? Melee. Slaps. Shouts. Her choosing him again. Piling in my Civic. Peeling out. Tail lights fading. I stood in exhaust. Fist bruised.
Call the cops? Controversial, no witnesses.
His word against mine. Instead, I drove to the station, filed assault report quiet. Paper trail for the coming storm. December dawn dire, sale closing in weeks. Emily evicted by court order. She fought dirty. Restraining order claim. Harassment. Judge. A grizzled ex-cop saw through. Dismissing with a lecture. Blood don't give license to lie. Preston folded. Settlement. She got 40% equity. I the house free and clear. $340,000 wired. Enough to rebuild. But the twist gutted me. Tyler's arrest. Not for assault, for the chop shop. My tip to Hargrove? She'd looped in PD. Tracing Vince to our garage. Emily's Venmo? The bait. He sang like Sinatra, fingering her as accomplice. Feds knocked pre-dawn. Cuffs clicking on her wrists as I watched from the porch. Coffee steaming. Hon, she begged through tears. Tell them it's a mistake.
Mistake.
Like co-signing her soul. I didn't.
Door shit.
Lock turned. Collapse complete. Christmas lights twinkled mocking in Buckhead windows. But mine stayed dark, mourning or spite. Take your pick. Emily's arraignment hit the news. Socialite sister snared in auto fraud ring. Society pages ate it up. Her mugshot filtered through Instaglow. Bail denied, flight risk. They said, citing that Reno postcard from my ghost life. Tyler flipped full. Testimony tapes leaked. Her voice. Cool as cucumber. Directing fences on Hot Wheels. The house? Mine now.
Date ironclad.
But hollow as a stocking stuffer from hell. Lila threw a victory brunch. Mimosas at the colonnade. Fried chicken greasy with schadenfreude. You did it.
Hun.
Queen of comebacks.
Queen?
Felt more like survivor. Scars itching under turtlenecks. Aunt Jo prayed over me. Rosary clicking. Forgive her.
Child.
Lord's got plans.
Plans.
Like mom's. Derailed by daughter's wars? I nodded. Sipping bubbly. But inside, the noose whispered encore. Emily wrote from county. Pink inmate paper. Please scrawled desperate. I was scared. Always. You got the steady job. Mom's pride. I got scraps. Scraps? She'd feasted on my plate. No reply. Instead, I gutted the house, ripped out her vanity, torched bridal mags in the fire pit. Tyler's gloves from the attic? Donated. Clean slate. Or so I lied to mirrors. January thawed the freeze. Trial looming like thunderheads. DA offered plea. 5 years. Probation if she testified against the ring. She called collect, voice tinny through bars.
Hun.
They're saying 20. Help me. Help. The word that started it all. Hire Preston. Or whoever. Silence. Then sob. Can't. Funds frozen. Your sale money. It's tainted. Tainted. My equity. Her poison. Controversy brewed. Testify for her. Perjury risk if I soften facts. Or stonewall. Let justice grind? I chose the stage victim impact statement. Court TV swarming. February 14th. Valentine's irony. I stood in black sheath. Facing her orange jumpsuit shame. Judge's bench loomed. Jury eyes boring. Your Honor. Emily Reynolds isn't just my sister. She's the architect of my ruin. I spilled. The lone beg. The runaway dawn, prophetic. Even if unborn. The forge that nearly hanged me, metaphor. But close. Gasps rippled, her head bowed, shoulders shaking. Twist dropped mid-flow, but she didn't act alone. Tyler Brooks? He wasn't pawn. He was partner from high school, when he dated me first. She stole him. Then our future. Jury murmurs. DA's eyes lit. New angle.
Motive de pened.
Emily's head snapped up. Betrayal raw. Han. No. Bailiff hushed her. I finished strong. She gambled our blood for glitter.
Now?
Collect the debt. Verdict swift. 10 years. Restitution ordered. $65K plus interest.
Direct to me.
Tyler got 15. Conjugal visits denied. She stared daggers as they led her out, but I saw the crack, regret. Real as rope burns.
Outside.
Reporters mobbed. How's it feel? Emmis. Reynolds. Felt like rebirth. Bloody and bellowed. Spring bloomed vengeful. House flipped. Not sold. I poured sweat equity. Nursing shifts funded Renos. Lila's crew gutting to open plan glory. Kitchen island where we'd schemed? Quartz now. Unyielding. Porch swing? Swung solo. Sunsets sipped with Merlot. Ghosts fading. Emily's appeals crawled. Letters monthly. Evolving. Rage to remorse. I see it now. Mom's pride was you. I was the thief.
Thief. Apt.
I wrote back once. Earn it out. Then talk. No reply. Rumors. Jailhouse conversion.
Na sponsor duties.
Good. Let her rebuild from bars. Summer scorched. Atlanta alive with second chances. I dated, cautious. A barista named Marcus with laugh lines and no skeletons. First kiss on that porch. Tentative as trust. Rough family, he asked. Epic saga. I grinned. But mine now. Twist finale hit Labor Day. Package at the door. No return. Inside, Mom's locket, gold. Engraved Sisters Forever, and note in Emily's script. Sold my share of the stars.
Keep shining. E.
Stars? Her offshore slush. Liquidated for bail or bribes. Didn't matter. I clasped it, cool against skin, and wept not for loss, but release. Housewarming that fall, Lila.
Aunt ya.
Marcus grilling ribs. Laughter echoed, filling fractures. As dusk fell, I raised a toast to unbreakable bonds. Cheers rose.
Genuine.
Emily? Out in 7 with good behavior. Last I heard, clean. Counseling at a shelter. We met once. Coffee neutral. Words sparse. Sorry, she said. Me too, I replied. Not absolution acknowledgement. Now, I walk those halls unscarred. Noose nightmares rare. Second life ain't perfect. Debts linger. Doubts whisper, but it's mine. Claimed, not co-signed. And if betrayal knocks again, doors locked. Forever.